even more than what the original gift was. So the gift that Annie and I will be giving forever now will be between $3,000 and $4,000 a year, and that's to help the Willow State homeless shelter, the kids that are in Girl Scouts, the people that are in need of some legal service and can't afford it. It's all the agencies that are so well managed by the United Way that we're giving back to, and it makes my heart feel good that we're able to do that. By the grace of God, we won the lottery. I say that because, and I don't say I pray for a lottery win, but it was something that was given to us, so let us do something good with it. Just so you know, we've had fun too. We did have a good time. We bought a car. It's a used car, so you might see us driving around in it, but it's a new to us car, and then Annie and I are travelers, and we like to help our families, and we're both retiring. Annie retired from the state. I will be retiring from Quaker, and after 36 years, I have worked with the great people of Quaker Oats in Cedar Rapids, and I got to say, it'll be tough to leave, but Minnesota's good, and I'll always be the guy with the Hawkeyes shirt on up in Minnesota, so it'll be a little tough.
You mentioned what the actual cash gift was?
The gift that Annie and I gave is $75,000. Some of that would be matched by PepsiCo, and then through the Greater Cedar Rapids Foundation, the gift will give forever. And I'd say in perpetuity, but I always skip that word because I screw up stuff. So anyway, that's our story. I'm going to stick to it. So I really got to say, these folks at United Way, everybody in the room that's associated with United Way, have been great. I got to say this too. If you've got $1, if you got $5, if you got $10 to give to United Way, great. If you have a chance to, maybe give a little more this year. There's a lot of need in our community. Since 2008, 4 years to the day that our lottery ticket was won, we had the flood in 2008 crest. So look at the date, 2013 and 2012 and 2008. On the 13th of June. There's been a lot of changes, but there still needs some more help out there. There's a need in our communities. So I urge each and every one of you that haven't made a decision on a gift, look at the United Way, look at the Greater Cedar Rapids Foundation, or just write a check for $10 or whatever that you can afford to help us, help our community. That's good.
Do questions now?
Yeah.
Kelly, you mentioned at one point needing the services of United Way. Have you noticed a need? You've lived in Cedar Rapids your whole life. Have you noticed a need in the community? Is that why you wanted to really contribute this year especially?
Well, I guess there's always something out there. The agencies are so broad that like I said, it really doesn't matter what kind of income level you're at. You're going to need some agency at some time in your life, or a friend. There's nobody in this room that can't say that somebody they know or somebody close to them or themselves has used a United Way agency at some point in their lives. So it's always been in my mind. So the gift of the lottery win is really sort of let's give back to the community type of thing too. It's a win-win for everybody. So.
If you could tell us about maybe the other members of your Shipping 20. People always say they're going to donate to charity when they win the lottery. It seems like you guys are actually doing that. Why was that so important for the group to do after?
Well, I don't know anything about the rest of the group, and I can't speak for anybody else in the Shipping 20. I would say that I know personally most of everybody in the group, so the decision is a personal choice. Speaking for myself and my wife Annie, we chose United Way because we see the benefit to the community and how it's well organized, and the funds are put to work for the community, not some you know, it's right here. It's right here in all our counties. So, yeah, as far as the rest of the group, I'm sure they're doing their thing, but I don't know. They're going to know what I'm doing. So, yeah, so much for the secret.
Well, that was my next question. You just mentioned it. Knowing that the United Way funds of East Central Iowa stay right here in the community, was that a big part of it for you?
Yeah. I mean, that's a huge part of giving back to the community. But and that's one of the reasons we looked at the American Lung Association. But I also have other charities that I'm giving to, the church here, and there's a little dog race that I've been involved with, the Iditarod, and I've been a volunteer for years that I'll be writing a check for them. Which is, I mean, I could talk about Alaska. If you guys start me on Alaska, look out. But, you know, so I mean, yeah, the funds up there go to a different type of thing. But that's the fun thing about it, is that we were able to choose the different donations that we wanted to. But this was the key one for me, and I think that's was a deciding factor, yes, that it stays here in the community. And like I say, anybody in this room I could see, we've all been affected by one of the agencies and helped by one of the agencies at one time or another.
All right, last one for me. I won't drill you.
All right, good.
Oh gosh, I think I just forgot it. Oh no, I got it.
Okay.
I remember now. You guys, I mean, you went through a lot of trouble to keep your identities secret. Why come out today? Why be a part of this press conference? Why make this donation today? And why come out and be public about it?
Well, again, I can't speak for the Quaker or Shipping 20. I only speak for myself. What I felt the need to say to the community is that the United Way could use an influx right now, and why not? This is the time of year to give. You know, and that wasn't the reason we came out with this story right now. It's because, you know what, it's a good time of year to think about giving back. And you know, in my heart, I feel this is something that I feel a real good thing is going to come out of it. It's all about being good. Now, as far as our identities being secret, that only lasted for 30 days or whatever. And we were on the front page of the Des Moines Register, which, you know, so be it. But guys, you know, we're all working class people. We've worked our way through 36 years of keeping a roof over our kids' heads and our families fed, and so they can go to school and stuff like that. And that's what it was about. And we were blessed with good jobs. You know, this was just sort of neat. And you know, here I am being outspoken maybe about one good thing. Let's keep it a good thing, and I like that. You know, United Way is a good way to go. So.
Thanks, Tom. You
bet. Thank you.
Any other questions anyone has?
Yeah.
So, have you always done someone who contributed to charities, or is this a new thing for you?
No, I've worked at Quaker for 36 years, and I think out of the 36 years, I've given 35 of those years. And I'm also, you know, I do give back to the community in other ways. Day of Caring is a United Way event that I've been involved with. I'm a past master of my Masonic Lodge in Marion, Lodge number 6, and we provide a thing called Clothe a Child. It's a program that helps kids that are identified by a United Way agency in need, and that Clothe a Child program is also benefited from our lottery win. But I've been giving back to the community for most of the time I've lived here. I remember walking the streets for March of Dimes and all that stuff when I was a kid. It was something that's instilled in, I think, the Cedar Rapids, Marion area in kids, and when we were growing up, that's what we did. We worked, you know, you had, instead of going out after candy, you went after dimes at Halloween. You know, you did the Jerry Lewis Telethon on Labor Day weekend, and those kind of things are just sort of instilled in our community. So I've been blessed by my parents, and they passed on, but they gave me something that has stuck with me and my family. So, any other questions?
Obviously, you have a different perspective of money now that you have more than you did.
Yeah.
What would you say to people who are the working class people who don't have millions of dollars that they're sitting on? What would you say to them about giving?
Well, again, June 13th was a change in the life, but it didn't change on my perspective. It just gave me an opportunity to give a little bit more. I was giving back to the community prior to this for, again, like I say, over 35 years. It's a great way to get through payroll deduction. You don't notice it's gone. I think with the companies that are out here in Cedar Rapids area, most of them offer that. Give what you can. Maybe give up a pop or a, you know, whatever, a candy bar or whatever vice you may have for one day of the month and give it back to the community. And volunteer your time. That's another thing that you can do. It doesn't cost money to volunteer time. So there's always a need in the community. So you don't have to be a millionaire to give back. Just understand that it really isn't about your income level of what you make every year. Something could happen in your life where you may need one of these agencies. So let's keep them here and viable in our area. Anything
else?
Could we get you to spell your name for us so that we get it correctly?
Yeah, that'd be great. It's M-U-L-F-O-R-D. And my first name is Kelly, K-E-L-L-Y, and my wife's name is Annie, A-N-N-E. And my kids are still in here in the area. I've got a couple grandkids, so we'll be here doing good for a long time, I hope. Good.
Okay. Well, thank you all, and most of all, thank you, Kelly.
Well, thank you.
For everything, and although you've been a United Way supporter, we're also going to give you another United Way t-shirt.
Oh, I need it.
Forever.
Thank you.
For you and Annie, and
cool.
Thank you.
Good, thank you.
You get a big hug.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Yeah, cool.
Wonderful.
Thanks.
Wonderful.
Thanks.